Welcome to Dr. Ken Note. The book I'm going to read today is Talking to Stranger by the author Malcolm Gladwell. Okay, for your psychology and success. Before we begin, let's check it out why we should read it. It said, what we should know about the people we don't know. And the host there, Malcolm Gladwell. He's the #1 New York Times best-selling author of Outliers and host of the podcast Revisionist History. So, okay, let's find out. As usual, let's start with my review. It's a perfect for learning how humans are notoriously bad at judging stranger throughout the story of high-profile cases like Sandra Bland and Amanda Knox. Combining academic research in sociology and psychology with journalism, Malcolm Gladwell continuously writes books that attempt to change society perception and social issue. Talking to stranger is no different and discuss the implication of judging other without truly knowing or understanding one another. The book introductions and the final chapter discuss the case of Sandra Bland, an African-American woman stopped by a white highway patrolman in 2015, who was later found dead in a cell by apparent suicide. Bland was arrested after a typical traffic stop escalated to the confrontations, and well, and her death is what happened when a society doesn't know how to talk to stranger. According to Gladwell, throughout the book, Gladwell explored the varieties and the differences of talking to the strangers and show how even expert trained in judgment and psychological lack of ability to predict how the stranger will behave. Covering high-profile cases like those of Sandra Bland and the Ponzi scheme of Bernie Madoff, talking to stranger will reveal how little we really know about the people that walk around us. Okay. So before we start, I always think this book is for the communication. It's not just the communication, it's for the psychology. Not only that one, and also the business, we could use that. And if you, for example, like in the business point of view, if you want more customer, you want to venture out new people, you need to talk, you need to meet and talk to the new people. Only then you will understand it, and then you would learn how to solve them as a business entrepreneurs. So that's the reason I choose this book, Talking to Stranger, right? Okay, without further ado, let's dive into the book. Introductions. Ever heard of the term stranger dangers? We teach our children this term to keep them safe from the bad people of the world, from those who seek to harm children. We might even apply this term in our daily life when we get creepy vibe from the stranger, so we avoid their interactions. But why do we do this? Why do we make those snap judgments based on person manner? Is it their look, their action? Malcolm Gladwell would argue that it both, and these judgments could make for harmful, detrimental, and sometimes deadly mistake. Gladwell discussed cases ranging from the British Prime Minister who mistakenly judged Hitler's character and intention to high-profile cases like those of Jerry Sandusky and Larry Nassar, all of which have one common themes: misreading people. Okay, we are not misreading book. Okay, misreading people. Gladwell discuss how society mistake others' intention, and prompt to draw false conclusion. That's really important in the business world. So if you can choose the right customer persona, so you will find out the need that you are not seeking to serve to that customer. So that will be totally mismatching with your value propositions and your customer persona. So you have to read well to your customer. Okay, so after that, you will understand it a little bit, and then you have to keep doing it and doing it, so you will get used to it, used to understand that people, and it won't enough because people, the behavior, something change. According with the situations and other stuff. So we also have to change with it, along with it. Okay. In fact, mistake like this happen all the time, and throughout this book, Gladwell attempt to prove that a person's judgment of mismatched behavior can have severe and sometimes deadly consequences. So, key takeaway. So we can check on that presentation to pass the judgments. What should we do first? It shows that don't be fooled by social cue. Remember, appearance can be deceiving. Don't judge the book by its cover. Don't judge the people by its look on what they wear and how they speak at first. Okay, and the second thing, the person's good reputation shouldn't cloud your evaluation of the possible guilt. That's one also the counter thinking. For example, he is already a good at reputations and he is successful people. But on the other hand, he could commit some kind of crime, or he could lie on you, he could take advantages on you. So that your evaluation shouldn't be depend on his previous reputations or whatever it's taken. So you have to think through. Okay, think through with your guilt. That's the second one. Third one is consider the context. Example, people current their true self under the influence of alcohol. Wow, that's really crucial thing we have to consider when we evaluate the situations or the people. Okay, so we also need to think about the context. And the next thing is listen to those who notice red flag and are not blinded by societal bias. Okay, we have to think about that bias and look for the red flag. Pay attention to the gut feeling rather than ignore it. Gut feeling. And last but not least, accept the limit. Stranger can be fragile and hide some part of their life. So we have to accept the limit. Okay, the next thing is the key insight.